Hi, Tony. Clap your hands once. Who out there has a dream? You know what? I was right with you. I still am right with you. I have a dream. When I was your age, I dreamed about being a professional baseball player. I'm 5'6". How tall? I'm not 6'5". I don't throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. I don't hit balls 400 feet. But I had coaches. I had teachers. I had mentors who saw things in me that I never saw in myself. And each and every day, they would give me tools to be successful in the classroom, on the athletic field, in life. And my head coach, he would stand in front of our first period class every day as we were walking in and shake our hands. And he would ask me the same question every day. He'd say, Tony, what's the word character mean? And I would tell my coach, character is what you do. And my coach would say, when nobody is looking. Repeat after me. Respect. Responsibility. Caring. Honesty. Truthfulness. You know, that man set the tone for all of us. He gave us tools. We did the work, but he gave us tools. And so, as I have been on my journey of life, I find that compassion, what's the word? Compassion. Is that foundation in what we do. Every morning when I get up, I look in the mirror and I get ready to go out and face the day. And the first thing I do is go out there and run 4 to 5 miles every day. Every day. I got it up this morning early and did my 4 miles. And as I do that, as I run through the community, I look up and I see oak trees. You see oak trees in this community? And that's the foundation, the moral foundation of the pillars that come out of that compassion, which is the foundation of our lives. And so I want to share my oak tree with you. The O in oak tree stands for optimism. What's the word? Optimism. Every morning when I wake up, I've got to choose between being pessimistic about that day or optimistic. When I came here this morning, I got in my car. The first thing I looked at was my gas gauge. And I looked at that gas gauge and I wanted to see whether it was full or empty. You see, my wife and I, Nancy, we've been married for 42 years. 42 years. And in 42 years, ladies and gentlemen, she has never put gas in that gas tank. And I know that going in. So I look at that gas tank to make sure that I can get out here to Folsom, that I can get back to where I'm going, right? That's optimism. And optimism each day is like a magnet. It's what surrounds you with everything in your life. If you're optimistic, you're going to be surrounded by optimism. Doesn't matter what the score is on the scoreboard. Doesn't matter what talent, what cards you've been dealt. If you're optimistic, you're going to get through that. So that O stands for the A. Well, let me tell you about the A. Who in here has ever been asked to give 100% by a coach, by a teacher, by a parent? Put your hand up if you've been asked to give 100%. Clap your hands once. I'm not sure you can give 100%. I've been asked by everybody to give 100%, and I'm not sure you can always give 100%. But I do know this. I do know that numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. And so if you take all the letters in the alphabet, A through Z, and you write them out, and you put a number 1 by A, number 2 by B, number 3 by C, all the way down to 26 for Z. And you write out a word, maybe that word that's on the board in your workout place, that word that inspires you. Let's take a word like hard work, or one like knowledge, and you write that word out there. If you write the word knowledge out and put the numbers next to the letters and add it up, it equals 96%. You take hard work and you put the numbers next to the letters and put it up, it equals 98%. But if you take the word attitude and you put the numbers next to the letters and add it up, it equals 100%. So you can get close with knowledge and hard work, but you get there with attitude. And each day when that sun comes up, we choose our attitude. Is that right? Is that right? Choose a positive one. Find a way to get through those challenges. The A stands for, and the K in the oak tree, it stands for kindness. John Wooden. Anybody know who John Wooden is? Put your hand up if you know John Wooden. John Wooden is the greatest coach in the NCAA history, won more basketball NCAA championships than any other coach ever. And he said, his quote was, if you cannot have a perfect day unless you do an act of kindness for someone who can never repay you, kindness is the key. I was the other day at Cowan Elementary School, fifth graders, talking to them. And there was a young lady sitting off to the right and a group of girls sitting over in the left. And all those girls, those fifth graders, they look like models today. You know, I mean, when I was in high school, they didn't look that good, right? They looked so old and so sophisticated. It was amazing. But this one young lady, she was sitting away from them because she didn't have that sophistication. She wasn't a part of that group. And I started talking about kindness, and I looked at her, and she lit up. And when I asked her about act of kindness, she looked at me and she said, every day I love animals. And I have a group of animals, and I do an act of kindness to each of them. And they give that love back to me. They never, ever question. And all those sophisticated girls on the other side, they kind of looked over at her like, man, you got something I want. And I thought, that's beautiful. An act of kindness. Do something that makes a difference in the life of someone else that you cannot make a difference in your life. So the oak tree. The O stands for the A and the K. And the last thing I want to tell you about the oak tree is that in order to be successful, in order for that tree to grow, in order for that tree to be able to handle all of the diversity, the challenges, all of the problems that happen to it, it's got to be able to have strong roots. Is that right? Healthy roots. Is that right? But I'm not going to talk to you about roots right now because all you coaches that are out there in the breakout session in room 108, you want to find out about healthy roots. I'll talk to you then. Is that right? That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have this last thing to say, to share with you. And it's something that I want to leave with you today. Every morning when I wake up, I know that there are going to be challenges and fears that I'm going to face. And the first thing I do when I look in the mirror is I say 5 words. Can you repeat after me? I can. I will. Succeed. Clap your hands once. Clap your hands once. It doesn't matter what the challenge is. It doesn't matter what the fear is. When you're faced with that screaming Mimi in your face that day, say those words out loud to yourself and know in your heart that no matter what, you can get through it. The word is compassion. What's the word? Compassion. What's the word? Compassion. Make a difference in the life of someone that you cannot make a difference in your own. Do today. That's my challenge. Today and every day, choose love.